I've got a great idea. Come on, let's get started.
Look around, find your inspiration. Take that step, use your imagination. You don't need to go direct, the road may not lead where you expect. 'Cause it's the trip, it's not the destination. Make magic, take the stage, roll the camera, turn the page. Take a chance and do the dance. Our story starts with a beat in the heart. Find your own voice. Find your own voice. It's what sets you apart. Our story starts with a beat in the heart.
Hi, I'm Tomie DePaola. Want to tell some stories? Come on in. I hope you don't mind if I work while we talk. I'm in the middle of a story I'm really excited about, and I want to finish it up.
Hi, Tommy. What you doing?
Oh, I'm working on a story, Gabe.
Oh, a new story. Great.
Actually, Gabe, it's an old story.
Oh, an old... Hey, wait a second. If it's an old story, it's already been done.
That's right, Gabe. This old story has already been told one way, but I'm going to tell it in a different way. It's called doing a new version of the story.
But you always say we should never copy.
Oh, that's right. A true artist never copies. But it isn't copying if you take the old story and really make it your own.
I get it. I take a story I know and turn it into something different.
Why don't you try it?
Oh,
What's your favorite bedtime story?
Little Red... Oh, no, Jack and the... No, Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Good. Now think of ways you could change that story to make it your own.
I can do this. Once upon a time, there was...
Whenever you take a story and change the characters and details, you're creating a new version. A lot of familiar stories started that way. Even my Stregonona stories. They were inspired by a classic English folktale.
I knew that, Tommy.
Oh, hello, Stregonona. I guess you'd know that better than anyone.
Yes, I understand all about different versions of the same story. Let me tell you what happened a few nights ago. We were talking around the table when the subject turned to rhymes we had enjoyed as children.
My papa told the best.
My mamas were the finest.
Well, the rhyme I like is the simplest one of all. Jack and Jill.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Me too, I like that one.
Jack and Jill
went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. La 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 la.
That's not the way it goes.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's not the way Papa told me. Here, I'll do it the right way. Jack and Jill went up.
The mountain where Jack had spied a lovely fountain.
We'll fill our pail and hurry back.
Said the handsome and courageous Jack, but Jill would not climb another step.
Carry me.
To Jack she wept. When good-hearted Jack tried to lift his friend, they fell off the mountain and were never seen again. La 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 la.
And that is the way Jack and Jill goes.
Oh, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard, even from you, Big Anthony. Let me tell you the right way it goes. Jill and Jack
Went up the slope. He carried a pail. She carried a rope.
What's up with the rope?
Jack asked Jill. She answered.
We'll need it at the top of the hill.
Sure enough, at the top, Jack tripped and he fell, head over heels into the well.
Whoa!
Jill tossed down the rope and saved silly Jack. But to tell you the truth,
I'd rather throw him back.
la 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 la.
La la la.
I'm going for a cappuccino.
And that is how Jill and Jack goes.
Jill and Jack. It's Jack and Jill.
It's Jill and Jack, and I'm right.
No, I'm
Yes,
right.
no, mine is right.
Mine's right. My
Enough,
puppy said
enough,
no.
enough. Please. Don't you see? They are all good.
Well, what do you mean, Stregonona?
Well, I mean that there is no right and wrong in telling stories. Each version is different, and each version has its own beauty.
Well, I did like the part about falling in the well.
Yeah, and Jack trying to pick up Jill was pretty funny.
Oh, see?
Yours was better.
No, yours was better.
No, I liked yours a lot
No,
better.
yours.
Yours was really
Yours
good.
was better.
Yours.
Please,
No.
enough, please. They are all wonderful. And that is the end of this story.
La 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 la.
Ciao, Tommy.
Ciao, Stregonona. Doing a new version of a familiar story is a great place to start storytelling. The old story gives you a place to begin, but how the story turns out is totally up to you. Now, let's see what this scene inspires. Every picture tells a story. What story do you see? I love to look through old books and see the different version of classic stories.
Tommy, I'm ready with my all-new version of Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
It's all about the little girl who sneaks into a bear's house and gets caught.
And I'm gonna do it with puppets.
Oh, puppets! That's a good way to tell a story. But Gabe, it looks like your Goldilocks is a bear.
Oh, well, in my version, she's a nosy bear who likes to spread gossip. Here, Tommy, you read this part.
Once upon a time, there was a bear named Goldie who knew everything about everybody.
Ooh, I love gossip. I know everything about everybody except that bear family up the hill. They're so private.
Goldie was so sure that the bear family was hiding something that she decided to sneak into their house while they were out.
I'll call myself Goldilocks and pretend I'm a little lost girl.
Goldie snooped through the bear's closets and drawers. She searched through their kitchen cupboards and porridge bowls. She made a mess, broke things, but couldn't find anything.
I've turned over this entire house and found nothing. Boy, am I tired. I'll take a nap.
When the bear family returned home, they were not very happy.
What happened? Who did this? There she is.
Goldie woke up and ran away before they could catch her.
Can't catch me.
Oh, bravo, Gabe!
Wait till you see the sequel.
Now, let's meet someone who knows all about stories and turning them inside out. Today's guest storyteller, Savage Steve Holland.
Hi, Tommy. Hi, Gabe. My name is Savage Steve Holland. I'm a writer-director, but my favorite thing to do is animation. I first learned to love telling stories when I was in second grade, and our teacher, Mrs. Neighbors, asked us to fill in the blanks as she would give us the end of a story. And we would write the beginning of the story working up to the end that she gave us. And after a while, she would make the stories about my toy cow that I brought to school, and everybody would write a story about my toy cow.
Moo! Moo, says Fifi.
I mostly get my stories from real life. I grew up in a kind of kooky family, and I took everything that happened to me and exaggerated it and made it into a story. I now have a nephew named Jack, who's kind of a nutball. I love writing stories about Jack. I wrote a little book about him when he was told not to go near the ducky pond, and he, of course, fell in and found out the ducky pond was very, very yucky. The tools that I use in animation might start out with paper and pencil work to draw out your characters, and then you might ink those onto what's called a cell. A cell is a piece of acetate that you can ink on and then you can paint on to make beautiful little pictures. The process for me usually starts with designing characters. I might make a character fat because I was a fat little kid. They usually start out fat, and then I might add funny teeth or a big nose or whatever, and if I don't like it, I'll change it in pencil. And when I finally think I have the character that I like, I'll ink and paint it, and then I can compare it to other characters that I think are fun. One thing animators love to do is called the gag, and what it is the thing that makes you laugh in an animated show. I have a scene with a frog that's jumping to eat a fly, and you have to ask yourself, well, what if the fly ate the frog? Or what if when the frog got to the fly was actually bigger than the frog? Or what if the lily pads came out of the water and there was a giant monster that ate the frog? What I do is I try out 3 different scenarios, and whichever one's the funniest is the one that I keep in the show. Animation is the ultimate tool for the imagination, and what's so great about it is that you can go anywhere, you can tell any story, you can take any story and change it and make it different in like 30 different ways if you want. Here's a suggestion. Carry a sketchbook around with you and draw your family and friends and pets and draw them funny. And if you have a particular picture that you like, put it up against a window with the sun in the background and take a blank piece of paper and trace that drawing, but alter it just a little bit. Then take that second drawing and alter that one a little bit. And then take a third and fourth one and keep going until you're animating it and it changes. And pretty soon you're an animator. Well, it was nice visiting with you. Goodbye.
Thanks, Savage Steve. What a creative way you have to tell stories.
Tommy, I want to make a poster for my production of Goldilocks, but I can't reach the crayon.
Oh, here you go, Gabe.
Thanks. Sometimes I wish I was bigger.
Why don't you make yourself bigger?
How do you do that?
Well, another great way to do a different version of a story is to look at it through the eyes of another character.
What's that got to do with getting bigger?
Think of a story with a really big character in it.
Ooh, oh, Jack and the Beanstalk. It's got a giant.
Right. Now you can do a new version of Jack and the Beanstalk by telling it the way the giant would.
Ooh, I gotta try this.
Where are you going, Gabe?
I'm gonna turn myself into a giant. Here it goes.
Oh, be careful, Gabe. Don't hit your head on the ceiling. When you imagine yourself bigger or smaller, you see the world in a new way.
Tickle, 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 tickle.
Different visions, different versions.
Wow, things really do look different from up here. I think this time the giant's gonna win.
Oh, I think so too. Now it's time to hear from you.
Tommy, you always introduce these stories the same way. Why don't you try a different version?
Okay, Gabe, but why don't you do the introduction? That would be different.
Oh, great. Well, here goes. Now it's time to hear from you. See what I did? Totally different.
Everyone has stories to tell, and their own way to tell them. It's about sharing what's in your heart and letting the world know, this is my story.
Once a man made a scarecrow that was soft and had a heart, and every time that crows came to eat the vegetables, then with its eyes it kept on scaring it since its eyes were so shiny. And then one day, one eye fell off and they had to put another one, but it wasn't as shiny as the other, but they could still scare some crows out of the corn and all the vegetables. The man made a scarecrow and he put a lot of stuff in it. He put it in his backyard, and the scarecrow was alive, and he made a wand, and when there were like animals and creatures, he scared them off or turned them into other stuff.
You sure put a lot of effort into those stories. I'm so inspired by what you did, I'm going to finish my work here. And it looks like Gabe was so inspired he's disappeared again. Gabe! Gabe?
And that's my version of Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Very cool.
Could have used more weasels, but it's nice.
Yeah, I can tell a version without bears. Of course, it'd be unbearable. Get it? Unbearable.
No.
No.
Never mind.
You know, kid, even songs have different versions. Really? Like this song we sing? Today's version articulates the theme with particular aplomb. What'd he say? In other words, hit it! Keep on telling stories!
Yeah, sing it out now.
Everybody listen up. Here comes. There's a story that I heard today. Same old tale, told a whole new way. Take a tip from my squirrely friend. Take the old and make it new again. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Version 1, shoot, is your inspiration. Version 2, shoot, is your own creation. Take a tale, shoot, and add imagination. It's a storytelling celebration. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Tell me a story. Paint a scene.
Put it on a screen.
Tell me a story. There's a joke or a poem in every home. You gotta keep on telling stories. Tell me a story. Tell me a story. My dad had a story with lots of different versions.
Do tell, how'd it go?
It was a fishing story.
Well, you got my interest.
And every time Dad told that story, the fish kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Sounds to me like he caught a whopper.
Sounds to me like he told a whopper.
Sounds to me like we should get back to the song.
Not a moment too soon. Woo! Tell me a story.
A new version can take the old.
And turn it into gold.
Tell me a story. Every song you sing, gotta make it your thing. Gotta keep on telling stories. You know you won't be sorry if you keep on telling stories. Keep on! I was just telling some friends my new version of Goldilocks.
Did they like it?
You bet.
Oh, I'm glad you showed them how much fun it can be to tell an old story in a new way. I didn't always understand that.
You didn't?
No. In fact, the first time I saw a different version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, I got plenty mad. It all happened to me back when I lived at 26 Fairmount Avenue. You see, I always loved the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I would make my mother read it to me over and over again until I knew every part. So you can imagine how excited I was when one Saturday, my mom took my brother Buddy and I to the theater to see the movie of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, I had seen lots of movies, but this was Snow White, done by Mr. Walt Disney. Mom bought each of us a box of licorice candy that Buddy and I loved. Then finally, it was time for the feature presentation, Snow White. Wonderful music played, and there in beautiful color was Snow White, just like I'd imagined. First she sang a song, then a handsome prince sang a song to her. When the evil queen came on the screen, Buddy sank down in his seat. And when the queen ordered the huntsman to catch Snow White, Buddy and lots of other kids started crying and screaming. "I want to go home," yelled Buddy. Mom took my hand and said, "Let's go." "I'm not going," I said. I waited a long time for this movie, and I wasn't about to miss it because my brother was scared. My mom, who was probably the smartest person in the world, understood. All right, she said. I'll be in the lobby with your brother. It was a good thing they left, too. If Buddy and those other kids were afraid of the huntsman, they really would have screamed when the evil queen turned herself into an evil witch. Even I got a little scared. But then I started getting mad. They had changed the story. The poison apple didn't come yet. Mr. Walt Disney hadn't read the true story. Later, the handsome prince kissed Snow White to wake her up. That wasn't from Snow White. That was from Sleeping Beauty. When the end appeared on the screen, I hollered, "The story's not over yet. Where's the wedding? Where's the red hot iron shoes that they put on the evil queen so she dances herself to death?" That's when my mom came running in to take me out of the theater and all the way home to 26 Fairmount Avenue.
So you learned it's okay to do different versions.
Yes, and I learned to really like the movie of Snow White, even though it was different from the story my mom read.
Which version do you like best? The movie or the one your mom read?
I like them both for different reasons. That's the best part about versions. You can like different ways of telling the same story.
That's the way I am with cashews and macadamias.
Really?
Both nuts, but different, and I love them both.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Remember, keep telling stories.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes?
Did I tell you about this new version of Cinderella I'm gonna do?
No, you haven't told me about it.
I call it Cinderzilla. See, she's this monster who goes to the
Yeah,
mall and
yeah.
accidentally steps on a building called...